Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Vollant. I'm the General Manager for Business Development at TNG. And today I would like to present to you why we believe TNG is the next world-class vanadium and titanium producer. It's the usual disclaimer. This is an overview of TNG. Today our market capitalization is around 100 million Australian dollars. We have a fairly strong cash balance due to the recent investment of our today's larger shareholder, Vimson, who is a large iron ore producer in India, who invested a bit earlier this month in the company. Our managing director, Paul Burton, owns about 1.3% of the shares of TNG, and another important shareholder for us is the SMS Investment Group, who is a large German engineering company who's been supporting the development of the project since day one. So this is our project, the Mount Peak project. Mount Peak is located in the Northern Territory of Australia, about 170 kilometers north of Alice Springs, in a fairly remote location. However, a key economic aspect of the project is that it is located straight on the infrastructure corridor of Australia. It's a gas, rail and road running from Adelaide in the south to Darwin in the north. As you can see in the box here, we have very close access to the gas pipeline and to the railroad. This is an overview of our flow sheet. At Mount Peak, on the left-hand side here, we will mine 3 million tons of ore per annum, beneficiated through magnetic concentration, where then we will ship about 1 million tons of ore, rail 1 million tons of ore to our Tivan processing facility in Darwin. Through this single resource, we will produce 3 high-grade products, about 150,000 tons of titanium dioxide pigment. This goes into the chemical industry. It is a white pigment and goes into any chemical application from paint, ink, textile, etc. Anywhere where you find color, you will have TiO2 pigment. We will also produce about 11,000 tons of ferrovanadium per year. That is a key component to the steel industry, the strengthening agent for steel, and very high value. I will discuss a bit later, but vanadium has experienced a very, very strong tailwind lately. Our third product will be around 500,000 tons of high purity iron oxide in the form of hematite, and that is standard grade for the steel industry. Quick snapshot of Darwin. Darwin is the capital city of the Northern Territory. It has been hosting the largest foreign investment in Australia, a $40 billion investment from a public-private joint venture from Japan for LNG production in the Northern Territory of Australia. So Darwin is well prepared to host major international investment. It has also welcomed the Landbridge Group, who bought the port of Darwin and committed to invest about 200 million Australian dollars into the port. So we will be fully set up in Darwin to host the Mount Peak project. As you can see in the white box here, this is the land that has been allocated to TNG by the Northern Territory government, part of our major project status. The government is supporting TNG in its effort to develop the project. This is an overview of our financials. As you can see, the project life is 19 years plus. 19 years is what we've been able to uncover so far with our geological research, but we still have a lot of geological upside in all directions of our deposit. Our capex is about 850 million Australian dollars or 700 million US dollars. We have a very strong IRR at 44% and an NPV at around 4.5 billion Australian dollars. If you remember, we have a market cap today around 100 million Australian dollars, so we expect that gap to close at some point. Snapshot of our key products. We actually have two key products. Titanium dioxide is representing about 50% of our expected revenue, and vanadium 45%. The iron ore is only a very small fraction of our forecasted revenues. As I said earlier, vanadium has experienced a lot of tailwind. China has recently upgraded their requirement for rebars into the construction industry, where Chinese steel manufacturers need to double the amount of vanadium put into their steel. That has pushed the consumption and depleted the stocks very rapidly. In the next slide, I will show you the latest price movement for vanadium. Vanadium is also used in the energy storage industry. It is for application for very long duration and large energy storage. It doesn't compete directly with lithium. It is more industrial scale type of batteries. Titanium dioxide is also growing at a fast pace, about 3 to 4% per annum, mainly on the back of urbanization. The commercial summary of our product. On vanadium, we have a binding life of mine offtake agreement, also combined with a technology transfer agreement where Woojin in Korea, who is the second largest exporter in Asia, has committed to provide us the technology to produce ferrovanadium, which is the end product into going to the steel industry. And we have also an offtake agreement for iron product with Gunvor, the commodity giant based in Singapore. Our titanium dioxide offtake agreements are very well advanced, and we hope to announce something in the very near future. We are in touch with major global chemical distributors. Latest price movement, as discussed earlier, vanadium has experienced 900% raise in price over the past 3 years, 2-3 years. Going from a low of $3 per pound in the bottom of the commodity cycle to a price of about $30 per pound today. Titanium and iron have also experienced good growth over the past 2 years, but that is mainly due to the fact that 2 years ago we were at a very low point in the commodity cycle. The Australian dollar weakness is also favorable to us when we have all of our costs in Australian dollars and all of our revenues in US dollars. The year ahead for us, so next step on the licensing is the mining license. Today we have all of the agreement prior to the mining license. We earlier this month got the native title agreement with the traditional owners, and we also have all the environmental approval both at the state and federal level. As discussed, the binding TiO2 offtake agreement is expected to be concluded very soon. And as soon as we have that, TNG board will go into its final investment decision and plan to finalize the funding by the middle of next year. Our timing today is to complete the financing by the end of the second half next year, commence construction straight after that, and we should be up and running within 2021. Thank you very much. If you have any question, don't hesitate.